Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In this video I will let you know 5 trending recent breakings. Number 1, will Dustin Poirier get next title shot against Islam Makhachev? Dustin Poirier wants to be Islam Makhachev's next challenger for the UFC lightweight title coming off of his finish of Michael Chandler this past November at UFC 281. On an all-new edition of Heck of a Morning, MMA Fighting's Mike Heck discusses why it shouldn't come as a surprise if Poirier does end up fighting Makhachev for the title next, even if Beneil Dariush beats Charles Oliveira at UFC 288 in May. Additionally, topics include Tatiana Suarez's return to the octagon this Saturday and her plan to move back down to strawweight after UFC Vegas 70, John Jones vs. Cyril Gane at UFC 285 for the vacant heavyweight title, who Jones could fight next if he loses to Gane, Curtis Blaydes vs. Sergey Pavlovich being announced as the main event of the UFC's April 22nd card, and more. Number 2, Todd Duffy on the viral fake John Valant fight that fooled the internet and why it should have happened. Todd Duffy isn't sure how he and John Valant became a package deal. Back in 2020, the two veterans became the unwitting targets of some amusing Wikipedia trolling. Week after week during the early stages of the pandemic, one fight crept onto the Wikipedia lineups for the UFC's upcoming cards: Duffy vs. Valant. The matchup, of course, was fake, but that didn't stop it from fooling countless MMA fans and pundits each week, including one memorably viral moment from MMA Fighting's own Ariel Helwani. The fight should have happened, Duffy said recently on the MMA Hour, laughing. Duffy revealed on the MMA Hour that he inked a deal with KSW and is set to challenge for the promotion's heavyweight title against Phil DeFries on February 25th at KSW 79. I feel like I'm in a great spot, Duffy said. Number 3, Yair Rodriguez on UFC possibly booking Makhachev vs. Volkanovski 2. That would make me the undisputed champion. Now that Yair Rodriguez has a UFC title, he feels that undisputed status isn't far away, no matter what happens next with Alexander Volkanovski. UFC 284 saw Rodriguez and Volkanovski both involved in high-stakes fights, with Rodriguez putting on a career-best performance against Josh Emmett in the evening's co-main event to claim an interim featherweight title, and undisputed champion Alexander Volkanovski closing out the show by falling just short of toppling lightweight king Islam Makhachev. One could assume that Volkanovski would return to the 145-pound division to unify the titles, but that may not be the case as Volkanovski has publicly stated he would like to rematch Makhachev. Rodriguez now awaits word of whether UFC 284's main event will be run back or if he will be Volkanovski's next challenger. Either way, he has the very top of the featherweight division in sight. Nothing, Rodriguez said on the MMA Hour when asked if he had heard anything from the UFC's matchmakers. I think it's just too soon to hear something like that. But whatever, at the end of the day, if he decides not to defend the title, that would make me the undisputed champion. Number 4, Josh Watson reacts to viral BKFC knockout of Greg Hardy. He wasn't even thinking about me. Josh Watson proved a lot of people wrong, including, in his eyes, people within the BKFC organization when he brutally knocked out Greg Hardy at Knucklemania 3. In a main card heavyweight bout, Hardy was a massive favorite heading into his fight with Watson, but things went south for the former UFC fighter and NFL defensive player when he was dropped late in the first round, and eventually finished in the second. The 40-year-old Watson knew he was flying under the radar heading into the fight, and throughout fight week, he wanted it to stay that way. I knew he was forgetting about me, Watson told MMA Fighting. I knew he wasn't looking at me. I wasn't even a blip on his radar, and I wanted to stay that way. Number 5, KSI will leave boxing after beating fraud Jake Paul. Targeting winner-takes-all fight at the end of 2023, KSI believes Jake Paul will successfully dispatch Tommy Fury this weekend, and then it's off to the races for an end-of-year fight between the two. On February 26th, Paul faces Fury in a long. I think Tommy has a very good jab, and I think his right hand is very obvious. He's got a nice wide stance, and he's a little bit of a counter-puncher. Hope that you enjoyed the 5 most recent breakings. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Just click on the subscribe button below this video. Let's meet in the next video. Thanks for watching.